Hi, happy Sunday. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. It is almost 7 o'clock and we are, it just turned 7 o'clock, so we are going to get started. How was your day? I had a very busy day. Hi, Louise, welcome. Very busy day. No makeup, no hair done, nothing like that. Out in the yard. Hi, Donna. Most of the day, even though it was windy. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Jean. Nice to see my friends' names. Hey, Karen. So, today I have a really pretty card to show you, and it involves Abigale. Abigale Rose is the stamp set, I believe. No, Cottage Rose. And I think the paper is Abigale Rose. Let me check that. Yes, okay, I knew I saw Abigale somewhere. I haven't used this paper for a really long time, and I was really in love with it all over again. Hey, Linda, just like I was when we first got it. Unfortunately, it is going to retire, so I'm working today with some things that are going to retire. Hi, Deborah. And to show you a fun fold, very pretty card. Hey, Viola. I'm also going to show you what we're going to make at Open House this Thursday. It's the first Thursday of April already. Can you believe that? So we are going to make a little Easter treat at Open House. Hi, Marcia. And so as I work with things today, I'm going to try to tell you if it's retiring. Hi, Debbie, or if it's not retiring. Hello, Raj, you made it. So let's just work that way, and I do have some updates too that Stampin' Up put out that either were not clear on the list or were not on the list, and that type of thing. All right, so I have my Abigale, I want to come to Open House, please. Yes, do please. Okay, that was Jean. I will put you down. I just missed somebody. Who did I miss? Joyce, hey there, girl. The hospital to visit my husband. Oh, Linda. Man, it's a long journey, isn't it? Okay, so everybody, let's put Linda in our prayers. Let's just do that for her and her husband tonight. After we're off our live, just give her, let's just talk to the Lord about her situation and help her out with that. Hi, Sandy. You'll be here too, Viola. Yay, I'm excited. Okay, so let me turn you down and let's get started. I have on my Abigale Rose Stampin' Up sweatshirt too. I love this sweatshirt. It is so warm and it is so pretty. Okay, busy week for you too, Roz. Grandson born on Wednesday. Congratulations. Siblings since Tuesday. Oh boy, lucky you. Yes, Marcia, thank you very much. So Pinky says, Bev's been forgetting to put me out. And he's missed you all, so he wants to say hi. Also, if you don't mind sprinkling our channel, we would love that. Hey, Kim. So thank you in advance for doing those things. I have a new host code. It's April 1st. If you're new with me, my name is Beverly Morales, and you've made it here to Stampin' All Day with Bev, where I do lives every Sunday night at 7 and every Tuesday afternoon at 2. Hey, Florence. I live in Tracy, California. I've lived here all my life, and I have been a Stampin' Up demonstrator for 28 years. I created a hostess code late, but I got one, and there it is. And you can shop with me. Hi, Debbie, at beverlystamps.stampinup.net. Also, if you know of somebody that would like to watch but doesn't have Facebook, they can go to YouTube. And there is my channel right there, Beverly Morales Stampin' Up. Email me with any questions, concerns, talents, pictures, anything you want to share with me. Email is how to get to me really quickly. Let's start out with who won this adorable card. Hi, Roseanne. The winner is Roseanne Ramos. Roseanne, congratulations. Now she lives just, maybe a mile and a half from me. So on my way to get my hair cut tomorrow, I will drop this off to Roseanne. Also, I have a winner for the March prize. I wrote down everybody's name with a number next to it that ordered from me in the month of March, and then I asked my husband to pick a number. And he picked number 12. Hey, Sue. And number 12 is Mary Ganger. Mary, these are for you. I know you're coming to my next class. I can save them to then, or I can mail them to you, whichever's best. Just let me know. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. All right, here's the updates. Natalie, she's one of our DDMs. She put an update on Facebook saying that these items were left off the list. And they will be on the exclusives, online exclusives. The designer tag dies, the mini pocket envelope dies, Nested Friends cling stamp set in English, the Queen Bee cling stamp set in English. I knew that page confused me. So why just the dies were going away? But yeah, it's true. The stamps are going to be online only. Hi, Maria. Nested Friends dies. Warm Welcome photopolymer stamp set. That one confused me too because they were just taking away the dies. And then that one's German, that one's French. So we don't. The dry brush metallic 12 by 12 specialty designer series paper. These will all be on the online exclusives. Let's see, the base plates and die plate pack, the mini base plate and embossing plate pack, the white 3/8 glitter organdy ribbon, and the silver foil 12 by 12 specialty pack will all be online exclusives after on May 2nd. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to make at open house for those of you who are on the fence of coming or not, and maybe you just want to come real quick and make the make and take and then skedaddle. I know everybody's got a busy life. I saw this on Tammy White's blog, so I have to give her credit for the idea, but is this not the cutest little Easter treat box? I thought it was adorable. So we are going to make these at open house, and I have the candy and everything here for you. Please RSVP. I just got 3 RSVPs while I went live, and I will put your name down because I only have 16 of these candies, but if I see more names, then I will get more candy because I never say no, never say never. All right. So yeah, aren't these adorable? They stand up all on their own. The little window is just adorable. The DSP is adorable. Everything will be scored and cut for you. You just have to punch the holes and stick your candy, fold it up, stick your candy in there, and tie the ribbon on. So it should be pretty, well, it is. It's very easy. So I think it's adorable. Okie dokie. What am I using today? Let me roll up my sleeves. You definitely need your Hi, Cindy. Hi, Carol. You definitely need your paper trimmer for this card. I have a 1 sheet of crumb cake cardstock that I'm going to use the whole sheet to make this card. So you need your paper trimmer to do that. Then I'm going to use, am I using Old Olive? Yes. Okay, I'm going to use some Old Olive ink. I had this out. Now, Old Olive is what I used to use all the time. And then we got the beautiful soft succulent and evening evergreen, and I just loved those. And I wish you lived closer to Marcia. You just need to get on a jet plane, huh? And come here. So now that those are retiring, I'm trying to train myself to go back to Old Olive, which I do love, but I just haven't been friendly with it for a while, so shame on me. And Early Espresso ink, always use that. It's one of my favorite colors, and we're going to use that tonight. I am going to use the Timber folder. This is not retiring, so you don't have to worry about that. I am going to use the white crinkle seam binding. This is my favorite ribbon for many reasons. It is retiring. I just opened up this pack. It's my last one. I've ordered many of these. So if you want this, it is going to go away. The Abigale Rose Designer Series paper. It has browns and vanillas and whites in it. It is super beautiful paper. Thank you, Debbie. I love this one that has the script on it. So I'm just in love with all of this. This is all I have left, so I thought I would use it up on this card, use some of it up on this card, and it worked very, very well. I'm going to use my Stamparatus just because I want, oh, that DSP will be retiring. Okay, so I want to use my Stamparatus because it just reminds you, if you don't have a Stamparatus, they are going to be sold until they are sold out, and then they're not going to be back. So if you do not have this tool and you've been holding out, now's the time to get it before they're all gone. I can't believe that that ribbon's retired either. I really, really can't. It's like, no, it's what I go to all the time. Okay, then I have a piece of shimmer white cardstock on my Stamparatus to stamp on, and I use the shimmer white because it's so gorgeous, but that's retiring as well. That was left off the list. I think she said it is retiring. I know she said it's retiring. I think she said it was not on the list. You heard it sold out already, Carol? Really? Uh-oh, because I have one of my customers. No, they are on low. Okay, I better call Maria right after this live because I know Maria wanted one really bad. I think she's waiting till the 4th, but that's the chance you take. All right, let me tell you the sizes. Oh, and the radiating dies. Those are an online exclusive. I've used the heart, I've used the large rectangle, I've used the medium rectangle. I know, Patty. And I hadn't used the smallest rectangle, so here they are. And I am using the smallest one today. But they are called radiating stitched dies, and I kept leaving the stitched word off. But there they are, but I cut them out in advance because I have some other images I will be cutting out. And then we have the DSP. I have a strip for the inside cut at 3/4 by 4. Earlier today they were low inventory. Oh boy. 2 pieces of the Abigale Rose DSP cut at 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. And then another piece of the Abigale Rose cut at 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Wow, those Stamparatuses did not last long, and they had a bunch. Okay, so let's put this all back in here until I need it. I already mentioned I use the radiating stitch dies. There is their number in case you need that. The Cottage Rose stamp set, it will be retiring. I love, love, love this stamp set. It is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, thank you, Carol. They're sold out. Darn it. Oh, that's quick. And then the Cottage Rose dies. Okay, so I guess they're on sale because I wrote that down, but don't quote me on that. I'm sure that's what it means, but I haven't looked. So, I mean, again, so there we go. To color in, I am going to use the Soft Pastels assortment. Okay, and some daubers. So let's get going with this card. Okay, so we're going to need your paper trimmer, as I said. You guys are so awesome checking those things for me while I'm on live. We're going to take our cardstock and we are just going to fold it in half, the whole piece. And you always need your bone folder, so if you don't have one of those, you are going to need one of those. And then we are going to fold it in half the other direction as well. So we're getting this cardstock into quarters. I know the whole thing is not in the camera because it's too long, but I'll show you. Okay, so see we have, let me see, there, you can see it better there. We have 4 squares now in the 8 1/2 by 11 piece of cardstock. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to turn it portrait style for this card. And we're going to cut off the left square. So I'm putting the score line right in the cutting channel, the one I just made, and I'm putting my cutting blade that has a line down both sides. I'm putting that line that's on the cutting blade right down on the score line, pressing and cutting up. Then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to put the score line in the cutting channel again. Line it up the same way, the line on the dark black cutting blade, and cut. See if there, and it all comes out just like that. We're going to save this piece for the inside of the card. Okay, so now here is my card, and I'm going to burnish it better in a second. Let me cut this down to my layer size. I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, since I have my DS piece cut already, I think we're good with the trimmer. And I'll just put this in the pack when I need it. All right, let's come back to this, and I am going to use my bone folder now that my trimmer is out of the way, and I'm going to line this card up. Oh no, I still need my trimmer. That's right. I was getting excited. I wanted to show you the card next. So let me show you the card next, and then I'll get my trimmer back. Here is the card, and on camera you cannot see it probably, but the Abigale Rose is sparkly because I stamped it onto the shimmer white paper. Here is the smallest radiating die. The stamps, you are positively the greatest, is from the same stamp set. Here's the white ribbon. Here is the folder timber, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. Here is the designer series paper. Remember, everything except for the radiating dies and the timber folder are retiring, okay, and the ink. You open it up and it says Forever Friends. Then you open it up again and you have the inside of your card. I am in love with this type of card right now. Love yours. Thank you. Yes, isn't it beautiful? Now, this came about for me because one of my more than one of my customers had loved my gate card. This is called a Lattice card. And the concern was that because of the spaces, you could see your writing in here. So we were trying to think of ways that would alleviate that if you didn't like that. So one of the ways is opening it up like this, and then opening it up like this, and you do your writing on the inside. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, so how do we make this gorgeous? And it stands up great. So how do we make this gorgeous card? So let's come back to our paper trimmer. Excuse me. And you're going to take the end of the flap, which is the front of your card, and you're going to put it at a 1/2 inch right here on your cutting tool, and you're going to cut off 6 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm glad I counted. I don't know why I thought it was 6. Oh, yeah, it is 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1/2 inch strips. And see there, now you have this little piece left at the top right here. Okay. Now I believe I'm done with my trimmer. Okay, let's set this card aside. And let's take our strips. We're going to get the timber folder and open it up. Now the part that says Stampin' Up on it, I'm going to ink up with my Early Espresso ink. Oh, I'm glad you love it, Viola and Roseanne. I'm just tapping my ink onto the folder. And then I will lay my strips into the folder. At this point, you can decide which way you want your strips to go. They can go up and down like this, or they can go horizontal, or they can go vertical, whichever way you want. It's wood. It doesn't really matter, I guess. So I'm just going to lay them horizontal. Even though two of them are going to land up being portrait style vertical when I'm using them on the card, I'm still just going to put all of them in the same direction in my folder. We don't have to hurry. The folder is plastic, so it will not, the ink will not dry on there really quickly. Close it down, and then bring over your Big Boss, your plate number 1 and your plate number 4, and crank it through. You definitely can make this. You just ordered that timber folder. You got a good eye there, Florence. This is to me, the timber is just like a staple. You know, it's wood, and you can use it for so many things. Look at that. Now, how do we clean this off, you say? You go put it in your sink, and you run water on it, and then you stand it up like a little tent on your dish towel and let it drip dry, or you dry it off. That's it. Then you can, it'll be all, hi Mickey, it'll be all clean for another color or just to use plain again. But look how gorgeous these are now. Let's go back to our card. Now, I normally teach, hold on a minute, something's bugging me here. I had to get my sander because I'm trying to use my blades before I change them as much as I can. So I'm just using a sanding block to get that little bit of roughness off there. Okay, so usually I teach you to always work with your cards open up flat, right? Well, on this one you can't, because you need to know where the bottom is and for placement. Okay, so we need to take 2 of these that we just embossed, and we need to lay them as the lumber that's going to support the fence. So you're just going to eyeball where you want them as far as, you know, how much space you want on both sides. Then, when you decide that, you're going to do the little trick I've taught you always, is to hold it with your finger and your thumb, and that tells you, don't go past my finger with the glue. Okay? And you are going to set down the bottom of your wood piece, the support beam, I'll call it, straight and onto that flap. Then you're going to take this one and you're going to do the same thing. Make sure that you place it at the bottom of the card. Put your fingers where the flap ends. Turn it over. Don't go past your fingers. And then put it back towards the bottom and let it lay just like that. Now don't worry about what this looks like now, because we're going to cover that up with Designer Series paper. Now you're going to start at the bottom. You want to lay this piece of lumber across your card, making sure you're even with the fold and the opening. And you don't want to put the glue on this piece this time, because if you get it off to the right or the left too much, it will make your whole card sticky. Remember, these are a 1/2 inch wide pieces of wood, so we don't want to go more, we don't want to put more glue than a 1/2 inch, so we don't get it too high. Okay, so what's the next step? You guys know I've been teaching you whenever you're making something that needs to be even, you want to start at the bottom and then you want to go to the top, and then everything else will fit in the middle. Make sense? Okay, so that looks good to me. So again, I am going to place a little bit of glue here where I want my planks to adhere, leaving a little space from the plank to the top part of the card, making sure I'm even on both sides. Holding it down just for a second. Hey, Deborah. Okay, so now we just have to make these guys even. Let's just place these two to see how it's gonna look. And that's gonna look good. So again, here we go. And then the last one, I'm just eyeballing where I put this on one side. I just know to go straight across and put the same amount of glue on the other side. And there we go. I made this style of a card for my girlfriend's birthday. Friday, I think it was, we went out to late lunch, early dinner, and she absolutely loved it. It was not this card, but she loved it. I put it, I think I posted the still picture on Facebook. All right, so remember I said you need 2 of these at 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. You can shimmy this 2 1/2. The 4 1/4 is fine because that's the width of the paper, but this 2 1/2, you can shimmy it down just a hair if you'd like. I mean, like a 1/16 at the most. Now I'd like to put my glue on the designer series paper, and this guy's running out. Thanks, Debbie. And now I will open up to be flat, like I've always taught you. I just don't like it when it's bouncing around on me. Now, if you like a lot of color, you can use your blends, your chalks, your watercolor pencils, and color in these flowers. Different colors, all the same color, it doesn't matter. It changes the paper so much. You won't even believe it. But I'm not going to do that because I'm covering it up for the most part anyway. So here's the other one, the other piece, same side, just for the inside. And this is a good way to use up all your DSP too, because you use different pieces. Let me see, I got to move this so I can see where I'm getting it. You use different patterns on different pieces of this card, and so you get to see a lot of the designer series paper, right? Okay, so now let's get the big one. 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Glue, liquid glue, or whatever adhesive you choose to use. And it goes on this flap here. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that great? Okay, so I've got a lot of brown right now, so let's break that up a little bit with our sentiment and our ribbon. So I'm using still the Early Espresso ink, not retiring, by the way, if I didn't say that already. Tap, tap, tap. Thanks, Marcia. Check my stamp to make sure I don't have any halos. I've got to pull it down. Who am I kidding? Okay, and then I think I stamped it right in the middle. Yes, I did. Hold it down, pressing with my pointer finger for pressure, holding down with my middle finger and my thumb, the paper, and then lifting. All right. Then the other one. Friends Forever. Checking for extra ink around the edges, but if you tap lightly a few times, you shouldn't get those halos. Friends Forever towards the top. Hold my paper and lift. Perfect. And then I took these three little guys. Now these guys did get halos on them. So some stamps just do that. So when I see that that has happened, then I like to ink up this way. Okay, that little one looks like it might need some more ink. Okay. So I'll tell you again on Tuesday, but I'm just going to let you know that I will not be on Easter Sunday. We will all probably be with family or friends anyway, right? So I will enjoy my day. You're welcome, sweetie. I will enjoy my day and you enjoy yours. And then just rest, and I'll see you the following Tuesday. But I will be on this Tuesday. Hi, Diane. Oh, good, Patty. Look how beautiful. Oh, this set's beautiful. Okay, so I had mentioned that we have a lot of brown and white going on here, so let's add some color. First thing I'm going to do, though, is take my ribbon. After I get it on here the way I want it, I'll measure it and tell you what I'm going to use. I have no rhyme or reason for my measuring. I'm about 18 inches. I'm not doubling this one. You could, though. Uh-oh, where's my ribbon scissors? Okay, I'm just going to have to use regular scissors. Where did they go? Uh-oh. I have this little hanging guy for all my scissors, and my ribbon ones aren't there. Okay, so just going to bring this down to the bottom of the solid part of the card. Then I'm going to tie it like this, but I saw it flip, so I want to make sure it didn't flip on the back. It did. I want it straight. Okay. So if I was a customer, I would buy more of this ribbon. I'm not going to as a demonstrator because I can't use it to demonstrate with anymore. I know I could use it in my personal use, but even then, people call me or text me and say, I love that ribbon on the card you sent me. How can I order it? Can you order it for me? So I better not, tease people with things they can't get. Now I want this ribbon to stay still, so I'm going to grab a little mini glue dot. I'm just going to use my scissors since they're in my hand. Well, one came off on my finger. And I'm going to stick it right where the knot is, and then place the knot right on it, and then it will stay still like that. Okay. Let's go over to our chalks. Now, one of the sets of chalks is retiring. Not sure if it's assortment 1 or not, but you can look on your catalog if you followed me on the walkthrough. This is a dauber, and what I do is I just get my snips and I shave the chalk, and then I get some onto my dauber and I just run it across. Easy peasy coloring. Okay, then I wanted a little bit of a blue sky there, so let me see, I'm in camera, yes. Same thing, shave. Take the shavings, and then I'm just going to circular motion around. It's very light. Oh, I'm glad you like it. It's very easy. Just grab up those little chalks that fly around and get it as dark or as light as you like. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the You're Positively the Greatest. Just because our card is dark and we want to add a little bit of color on there. This is an easy beginner way to get color in for a few reasons. One, the pack of pastels is very inexpensive. They last for a really long time, and they're easy to put on, so a new person stamping would not freak out. Say, oh, I can do that. I'm basically scribbling with chalk, right? So let's put this on the front. And then let's put this one on the inside. We're going to take that piece that we cut off of the card, and we're going to take the strip that was left over from the designer series paper, and I'm going to put glue on it. However, I'm not going to put glue towards the top, just so it can stay open for a little bit, so I can put another image in there. So I'm basically staying towards the bottom. Make sure your paper, if it's a pattern that needs to be in a, in a certain, you don't put the flowers upside down. And the pattern goes a certain way. Make sure you pay attention to that. Place this down. And then I'm going to do the Stamparatus stamping and cutting out, and we will be finished. Hi, Marie. Okay, so that's pretty, but we really need to jazz this up a little bit, and look what Abigale Rose does for that, right? Okay. So let's get Abigale over here. Let's also get the leaf that comes in the stamp set. You love hearing my wind chimes. Oh, wow, I didn't know you could hear them. They're way on the other side of the room. And when I have my heater on, it blows them. So you can hear that. I love wind chimes. I have to put them in here, though, because my husband does not like wind chimes. I don't know why. I think they're very calming. I could just listen to them all day. I would like to have, let me find something to put under here. I would like to have some in our yard, but nope. He doesn't like them. He doesn't like cuckoo clocks either. Our grandfather clock, it's not, it doesn't chime. Oh well. Okay, I'm going to ink that up one more time. You have them in your yard, I'm jelly. Oh, I love them. Okay, let me get my early espresso. And ink up my rose. Now, the reason I chose to use the Stamparatus was, one, to remind you, but now we know they're sold out, so it doesn't matter. Shameful. But I will always use mine because the first time I stamped her, this rose, she was not dark enough, and I was so upset because, you know, I wasted that paper. See that? The center is not dark enough. So without this Stamparatus, this is a cling stamp set. There is no way I could line this up. I don't care how good a stamper you are. Without a placement tool like this, you're not going to be able to stamp it a second time. Okay, see how pretty that is? Stunning. All right, take these. Now, somebody asked me, do I need to buy the magnets also, a second set? My answer is no. Here's why. Well, I don't think you do, but you have to keep your magnets far away from each other. If you get them together, they're going to be so hard for you to pull apart. You have to kind of like twist them and then yank. But when if you get them too close together, they clap and they can snap. I've had mine clap. I messed up once or twice, but they didn't break. So, you know, I say no, but if you want to have an extra set just in case, you know, you break them, then you'll have them. And there's other things you can use too. You can use probably Post-it note or something else to keep them still. So I'm going to shave the darkest yellow again, the lightest green, and this orangey color here. I think it's Poppy Parade. And I'm going to start with the lightest color. Yeah, you can just use a washi or Post-it note. And I am just going to color like this. And don't worry about going out of the lines. We're cutting it out with the die anyway, right? Okay, then because I went to the lightest color, I can go to the Poppy Parade and kind of just tap in the area. And then I can just clean that off too, really. Let's see what it does. And go to the green. I was going to change daubers, but let's see what it does. Oh, no, it's fine. Fast, fast, quick, quick. All right. If you want, this is an open weave stamp, so if you want to color it in too, you can. You don't have to. You could have left it just like it was. And ta-da, done. All right, so let me get my Cottage Rose. I didn't take my days out. See, here's the one that I stamped, and I couldn't bring myself to throw it away, that was not quite dark enough. It's okay, but... So I just saved it in case, I don't know. So here's the dies I need. And... Uh-oh. Are you underneath? Oh, here it is. Boy, I've been scaring myself more times than not, haven't I? Okay. All right, so let's get our big boss back over here because I want to show you how to put this on the card so you don't see the adhesive that you use. All right, so platform 1, platform 2, platform 3, your project. Let me grab some. Oh, did I take it inside? I did. Oh no, I brought it back. Okay. I was working inside making my thank you cards today too, amongst everything else I was doing. Hey, Susan. And but I remembered to bring it back out. My grandson planted Bill for me today. Bill is a plant that my brother Bill gave me. It's a, oh gosh, help me out, Debbie. What is, I always forget what they're called. Beautiful, she'll tell me in a minute. He gave me this little tiny starter, and now it's probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet tall almost. And my grandson planted it for me today in the ground because it's getting too big for its big, huge pot that I had it in. So we're out in the yard quite a bit, and we're planning our next pizza party because the weather is Japanese maple. Thank you. Told you she's my memory. The weather's getting better, so we're craving pizza parties again. We do that all summer, spring and summer long. Put these guys back before I lose them. Okay, so look how gorgeous this is, you guys. Any color, any color. Now, the reason I wanted to show you how to mount these is not that it's anything special, but I used the hairspray again. Now watch carefully. This is an aerosol, just any cheap hairspray you can buy, even the sample ones. You know, when you're going to travel, just get a sample little one and keep it at your desk. Look how bright that got. And it sets the chalk, right? Okay. So for this guy, oh, I was supposed to stamp another flower, but I didn't, so we'll just have to leave it like this. See, that glue is only part way, and it's not quite all the way dry yet, so we're good there. I would add another little flower like I did here, but I'm not going to keep you guys just for that. See? Okay. And then this guy, you lay it how you want it to be on your card. I think I want it right there. Okay, so I'm eyeballing that. So I'm going to take my dimensionals now, and I don't want to put them on, okay, Mary, I don't want to put them on here, because if I put them all over here, when I open the card, I will see them through the fence. So I know one will be good there. And I know one will be good here. I know one will be good there. And I think I'm going to put one here. And I think I'm going to put one more right here. Okay. So now you've got them right on the fence. So the planks, and so you will not see them when you open up the card. That would drive me absolutely bonkers. Pretty, pretty. Isn't that a great card, you guys? I hope you like it as much as I do. So this set, the Abigale Rose DSP and the Cottage Rose stamp set will retire. If you want it, you better get it now. Or, I don't know if it was on sale. You have to look back in your catalog. Thank you, thank you. So I named this the double fold 1, 2 lattice card because the people that invented the lattice, this part here, called it lattice. So, okay. All right. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'll hang here. How I wish I'd gotten that DSP. Is it all gone? Is it all gone? Oh, shoot. Well, you can use others. Just a dainty DSP will work. In fact, my girlfriend's card was completely different. It was in blues and it was still gorgeous. So you can do it. You can use other ones if that's all gone. All right. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. No questions. All right. Thanks, Kim. Okay, ladies. Good night.